Yeah, I just came from the post office and I had such a pleasant experience standing in line at the post office. Let's see if this stupid recorder works. Anyway, I was standing in line and and a girl that was behind me started talking to me. Just kind of chit chat, kind of flirty in a way. But she was so nice. I had a box containing some packaging or packages that I was going to mail off to eBay, and she was saying, "Oh, you sure know how to, package good and different things." I said, "Oh, they're just a bunch of eBay things." Well, what do you do on eBay? And she was talking to me, but she was so polite. She had the most gorgeous smile. I mean, I've maybe seen that three smiles in my entire life that's pretty that are that pretty. And she was absolutely beautiful. Her eyes were stunning. Her makeup was perfect. Her hair was, I mean, her facial features, her body. I mean, everything was just so nice. And she wasn't a phony. I can tell a phony. A lot of pretty women they're so in love with themselves. Yeah, and it's me, and they just, think they're bending over backwards to give you the time of day, or to tell you what time it is. But she was stunning, and she was humble, and she was talking to me. She was, she was carrying on a conversation like she wanted to, go home with me or something. I mean, she was beautiful. It was so nice. I wasn't feeling very well. I have a injury that I injured my broke my bone off of my tip of my heel connecting to my foot about 3 weeks ago. I'm supposed to be on wearing a boot and using crutches. Of course, I'm not doing that. I was wearing the boot. Here I have a broken heel, bones completely broken off the tip of my heel, and the doctor, podiatrist, tells me I need to wear a boot. Have you ever worn one of those boots for a broken foot injury? You know, the boot goes like this, and when you walk on your heel. Now I can understand if you have a broken bone and you're somewhere else beside your heel in your foot, that if you walk on your heel with this boot, then it's going to protect your broken bone. But I'm walking on my heel, and that's where my problem is. But the doctor, insists that I wear it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I was telling her a little bit about my injury. I didn't look like I had an injury. I didn't have crutches or anything. But she was so friendly, and I thought, God, what do I do? I mean, I've only had this opportunity, maybe one other time in my whole life where some girl starts hitting on me like that, as much as she did. And this one was beautiful. God, she was gorgeous. She was a 10 plus. And anyway, so I didn't do anything. I didn't ask her out or anything. I mean, she was about 30 years old. I think, well, what is she talking? Why is she so friendly to me? I mean, she really acted like I could say, well, God, would you like to come over and watch a movie? I told her I had a house that looked like the Addams Family, and she laughed. She says I could just imagine the lion in the living room or whatever. I mean, she was so friendly and so nice, so polite. Anyway, so I mailed my packages off, and then she got on the other window and mailed her thing off. And we went our separate ways. She went first, and I went last because I had so many packages to mail. And I got out in the car, and I thought, why would a beautiful 30-year-old woman, start hitting on me? I mean, she was flirting with me. I could have, I mean, all I would have to say was, would you like to go home with me? And she probably would say, yeah, sounds good. And I thought, why would a 30-year-old woman hit on me? And then it dawns on me. Why wouldn't she hit on me? I mean, look at this, huh? I know I'm not 30 years old, but look at me, huh? Talk about first class. And if I had it all to do over again, I probably would have, tucked her in my pocket and taken her home with me. We could have watched a movie. We could have made out all day long, all night long, baby. Of course, she would have got the better of the two deals. It would be a pleasure to pleasure her. Just to be nice to her, She was nice to me, and I'd like to return the favor. I really would. I'd like to be nice to her. She's nice to me, I'm nice to her. And to show you what kind of a guy I am, I'm twice as nice to her, maybe up to 10 times nicer to her than she is to me. She rubs my back once, I rub her back, 50 times. She gives me a French kiss. I gave her 50 French kisses back. It's beautiful. It's beautiful for her, beautiful for me. I'm going to go back to the post office every single day until I see her again. And then I'm going to put her into my trance. I'm going to throw the old reel out, and I'm going to wind her back in. Wind her right into my pocket. Right in my heart, Take her home. Put on a nice big TV dinner for her. Pour her a glass of milk, maybe a few Oreo cookies. And we'll spend the rest of the evening just being happy, just being together, like it should be. I blew it, didn't I? I really blew it. Here she is coming on to me. Of course, I'm used to that, If I go to the store, I could go to the store, I could go to the park. Could go to the mechanic to get my car fixed, Could go to the dentist office. I could go to the state fair. There's always some girl that's hitting on me. I was at a store one time, and let's see what happened. Yeah, I was behind her. I don't mind the women's movement, especially when I'm behind them. But anyway, I was behind this woman, and she, how was it? Oh, I can't. No, I was behind her, and I had just a couple of items, and she had more items. She was ahead of me, and she says, "Well, would you like to go ahead of me?" And I said, "Well, that'd be great. Well, thank you very much." So I went ahead of her. I thought, boy, she's really nice and really cute, And so I waited until she got out of the store, and I rolled up with my car, rolled my window down. I said, "Well, thank you. I really appreciate you letting me alone. That was really thoughtful of you." I said, you're really a cute gal. I said, "Would you like to go out sometime?" She said, "Sure. That'd be great." I said, "Well, can you write your number down, and I'll give you a call?" She got out her check deposit slip and wrote her name and her number on her deposit slip. The rest is history, baby. Beautiful, beautiful. When the opportunity comes, grab it, baby, because it might not come again. It's going to come to me all the time. I know that, but maybe it won't come, Women aren't going to hit on you. Why? Because you don't have it. You're not hip like I am, Why do women hit on me? Why wouldn't they? Look at this. It's not rocket science. Look at me.